How's everybody doing? Well, now that everything is back to normal, right? Let me proceed with going back to work. And do what I do. All right. I don't know. I wanted a table. See, I'm so used to it telling me to bring it upright. Now with this new phone, it's giving me the opposite. Damn. Really, bitch? Okay. The universe wants me to do it like that. Yeah, baby. I want like it like that. Okay, then. We're going to do it like this. Okay. We are doing the quarterly readings. Quarterly readings for um, June, July, and August. Now, this is going to be a little bit. I see a lot of readers doing, love readings, different types of readings, and I love it. Very creative, and I check it out myself to see if some of them are timeless. Excellent. But what I would like to see that the other psychics should do is that they should include the quarter phases of the moon. 3 times 4 is 12. So every 3 months, we go through quarters. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, and the fourth quarter. The first quarter, it's always the most destructive, where the dark side of the moon is on the left. Then you have the second quarter, which is the full moon. Then you have the third quarter, in which you have the light side on the left instead of being dark like the first quarter. And that is consolidation. And then you have the last quarter, which is the new moon, which furnishes results. So the first quarter is the quarter of destruction. And we've been through some shit in the first quarter. Right? Beginning in March. March, April, January, February, March, April, and May. March, April, and May was, whoa, really intense. First quarter, destruction. Second quarter is the full moon. This is now from June to August. We're entering the second quarter, which is the full moon. Full moon usually symbolizes a time to do spells, to do witchcraft, good or bad, to do moon work, moon magic, particularly in the first or second lunation. The full moon reveals things, but the full moon traditionally is always where you begin things, you begin projects, you begin things, you start things. The new moon, when it's all black, is the end result of that which you started at the full moon. There are some practitioners that do it in the reverse. Take it as it resonates. So we are going to do love and relationships for those in the collective that are involved in a relationship. I will do another one, love and relationships for singles, and then continue on with the different facets. Okay, we are going to begin with the Aleister Crowley deck, Book of Thoth. I started to do the reading on the 5th of June instead of the 1st of June because we were still in a retrograde. So we don't have the retrograde to affect this quarter. Unfortunately, though, Saturn will go retrograde. It's about to go retrograde. It's the second time Saturn goes retrograde, and it's going to remain retrograde for a good part of the quarter. Okay. It went off on me. Okay. If you done something unethical, or let's say disbalance, Saturn retrograde will kick your ass. So if you're wondering why things are not going right for you, why things are going wrong for you, look at your birth chart and see what Saturn is. Or you might have done something. Remember, Saturn rules karma. Saturn retrograde is like, let's say you did something wrong. You did something unlawful, an injustice to somebody. And you think you got away with it because nothing's being said. No one knows. There's so many enemies out there probably doing the same thing that you will fall in the bushes and no one is going to know that you were involved in doing something and now you're happy because you got away with it. Well, that's what Saturn wants you to think. He will see what you're doing and walk right past you. Walk on by, da, 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 da. Walk on by. That song by Dionne Warwick in the 70s. Yeah, the Saturn's gonna walk on by and you're gonna think, oh, Saturn overlooked me. He didn't see what I did. Yeah. When you say goodbye. Goodbye, Saturn. I beat the devil. Yeah, right. Saturn retrograde is gonna come back around, but not in the same way that you saw him leave, but around the other corner where you don't see him coming, and then with a sickle, gotcha. It's almost like a splatter horror movie. Don't fuck with Saturn. So this can be a very difficult quarter. Saturn going retrograde, and if you got some shit to pay and you think you got away with doing some shit, it's going to bite you 10 times fold. The reason why I say this is because the second quarter is the full moon. The moon and Saturn, they work together. In a clock, you can say that Saturn is the long hand, the short hand is the sun, and the second hand is the moon. So it's only a matter of time before the moon reveals to the Grim Reaper what you've done. And it reveals it. So the full moon is about revelation, things coming out in secret. And yeah, if you have nothing to worry about because you've done nothing wrong, then you got nothing to worry about. Okay? So here we go. For this might break up into 3 groups within the collective, but it has been known to be more. So for those of you who are involved in a relationship, what is the status of that relationship in this second quarter? Whoa, that flew out there. Mercury. Again, we just got out of a Mercury retrograde, so Mercury is direct, so it's on the upright. All right. Let's take out another card. Remember the spirit of 7. This is not a trump. I am so sorry. It is the magician. It is the magus. So it is a trump. So now, let's see for one group of you how this is going to play out. I have my index cards that I created. As you know, it's white representing the moon and the cycles of the moon and its 4 phases. So I have to do it 4 times. Right? 4 times, representing the first, second, third, and fourth quarter. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then break into quarter to the months. 3, 6, 9, 12, and that's a whole year. There you have it. A whole year broken up into 3 months and into 4 quarters. This is how a collective reading should be done. But you have to know what the quarters are. So get yourself an ephemeris and look at the time and from the 3-month span or whatever month span you want to do the reading for the collective and figure out the quarters, and that will really, really put a great, great color to your reading and make it more accurate, more specific. That's my gift to you, all you tarot readers. Okay. Mercury. For one group of you in the collective, you're out of danger. You're out of danger. Mercury rules cars and automobiles. Mercury reverse can cause car trouble, transportation trouble, or accidents. So there is no danger here. Very good, very good. Saturn return. The Saturn return is reverse. So some of you may not be aware of your Saturn return cycle, which happens every 29 and a half years. With Saturn retrograde, with the Saturn return reverse, with Mercury here, you might not understand what your mission is. You might not understand what it is expected of you. What is a Saturn return? You're not going to learn about this on your own. You need to go to a professional astrologer and have him cast the birth chart on you and look at the Saturn return and see what is going on that you need to learn so that you can prosper in the next cycle. Saturn return is a major cycle, and it lasts 30 years, every 30 years, okay? And the lunation cycle is every 27 years. So they both go together. All right. See, the first quarter, that was 3 months ago. It came out in the reverse, meaning that it was a very bad quarter. And Mercury was retrograde. So some of you dodged the bullet. Some of you need to heal too. There's been arguments, problems with siblings, cousins, second cousins, there might have been difficulties in the environment. All of that now is coming into a rest, a facsimile of rest. Because really the rest begins at the fourth quarter. The moon has 8 quarters. It has 8 quarters. But it also can be broken into 4 quarters or consolidated into 4 quarters. Most astrologers use the 8 quarters. There's first quarter, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, and 8th quarter. But that might be too complicated for a collective, so we'll go with the more condensed fourth quarter. People are very familiar with the full moon. People are very familiar with the new moon. Not many with the first and third quarter. So this is something that if you learn that, it's a nice chunk of information that you can use in your readings. The eight quarter divisions of the moon, leave that for the astrologer to discuss with you, should that be necessary. Okay, right in your face. So there may have been deception, lies, slander, libel, things going on in the last quarter in your face that you didn't see, but now with the full moon in the second quarter, that may come out to the surface and may be revealed to you. Something that was wrong, that was kept from you, will come out to the surface. Indigo may be especially significant to some of you. Number 6, need energy cleansing. This is in the reverse, meaning that you don't need to, but you know what? We did just come from a very tough quarter. You might need to thaw out. Do your bath, do your burning, do your smudging, whatever you use to cleanse your energy. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and God rested on the 7th. Many of you were very sad, depressed. I was too. It was a very tough quarter, but it came out in the reverse. So no more of that. Now go out, celebrate, as we are entering and going into Leo, into the summer. Okay, so I'm already hearing the music in my head. Get ready. Get ready. Get ready. Okay, that is one of you in the collective. That is one of you in the collective. But because this is a reading about relationships and love, it doesn't seem here that there's a problem with dealing with people. With the Saturn return on the reverse, some of you might have to leave your partners, or there is a separation, and you may not understand why, because this is something that needs to happen, because maybe that relationship has outmoded its usefulness. The right in your face is that there were symptoms and signs that this relationship that you're in might be going through a transition. You may not want that transition, because it might mean that one of you might be left out. But I didn't get none of that here. I think like in anything in life, if you work together, you can weather the storm. Very good. I didn't see much demonstration about love, and I see no cups. So this can be very intellectual and very, your head over your heart situation with many of you in the collective. Okay, so now let's go to the second collective, or second group within the collective when it comes to love and relationships. I don't like to use the word love. Love is a very serious word. And it's about doing. It's not about feeling. I like to call it infatuated love. You know, infatuated love or euphoric love, not real. Real love requires getting to know somebody, working hard, dealing with someone's shadow and yours, and it's about sacrifice, commitment, real love. You need to hear that song by Jody Watley, Real Love. And there is another song by Mary J. Blige, also called Real Love. I like both of the songs, but I like the Jody Watley because, I gotta be real love. Oh, yeah, I miss Jody Watley. She was really cool. All right. Let's see. We have the Hierophant, another trump card in the reverse. So the second grouping of you, the Hierophant, when in referencing love and relationships, means tradition, commitment, long-held or established-held traditions based and formulated by society or the clergy, because the Hierophant is a clergy. So the Hierophant is about tradition and maintaining tradition and not going out of the normal tradition. But here, the Hierophant is in the reverse. So some of you are into relationships that are breaking conventional norms and laws. This includes same-sex relationships and other type of eclectic relationship. Is this something that many of you are happy with or fighting? Let's see. Real love, got to have real love. Let's see. Evil eye. There are some of you that are involved in unconventional relationships and you have the courage to do so. And there are people that have evil eye and are jealous because you have the courage to do so. Some people, it says, I'm above you. Some people feel that they are better than you because you're doing something that's avant-garde and different and eclectic and non-traditional, and that you're going to be judged for it. And that somehow makes some of you feel better, because that means that if you're sticking with conventional norms and practices, then you're being embraced and loved by your own society and government and way of life. Whereas if you go against the flow and against the status quo, you're an outsider, an outcast. And some people get it and get off on putting that in your face. So what I'm getting is that this second part of the collective may be dealing with same-sex relationships, a group of you in the collective or LGBT community. And this group is still being stigmatized and judged because of this alternate lifestyle. The workplace, there may be conflict in the workplace. Maybe you are, again, someone who is very private about your relationships. And in the workplace, someone wants to infiltrate and find out what kind of love relationship you're doing or dealing with, or there may be secret love affairs, or you may be married, but then in the workplace, you're dealing with unconventional sex relationships. You might be having sex in the office while everybody goes out to work, to go home. You may be having secret office love affairs versus your own relationship when you are home. So when you're home, you're with your partner. And then when you go to work, you're with your office wife or office husband, So that's what I get. That's the feeling that I get. So it's almost a form of juggling, but not really. When I used to be involved in a relationship, with women, I would say, I got my girlfriend at home and I got my work girlfriend, or I got my work wife, and women too. I got my husband at home and I got my work husband at work, and that's how you get both of this, both of the same worlds, And that's a way of simulating that you're involved with somebody else, but you're not. And it's something that's not, frowned upon. Everybody knows that happens, right? All right. Some people may encounter friends and acquaintances that are insincere about your unconventional relationship and may bicker and talk about it behind your back. Be careful of your sister or some of you, or brothers, or sisters, or someone that you love like a sister, may not be an actual blood sister. It came out in the reverse. So there may be women that you consider like your sister. We do that a lot in the gay community or same-sex community, you know. And these women may be secretly attracted to you, but maybe hating on you because you prefer men instead of girls. That happens a lot. That's part of that, you know, in this particular grouping. And when you're dealing with the reverse hierophant, unconventional relationships, just because a man may be involved with another man and he's got a lot of girlfriends, doesn't mean that they're all good for him, because they may be secretly lusting after him, because, you know, women like men, you know, but they, you know, women also like women, and men like mostly women. I can't say that, but if you have men that like women, you like men that like men. Society seems to have a problem with men that like men, but seem not to put too much attention when women love women, unless it interferes with a marriage. Again, the hierophant, traditional values. This is what society frowns upon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, red. There may be some hot tensions here that can lead to a culmination of a decision. I will fuck you. My relationship with a man or a woman is my fucking business. Fuck you. Now, if you're that type of strong person, good for you. But if you're not, you might fall victim to the subjection to gossip and slander and judgment by less qualified people. But those who judge are always the less qualified to judge. 3, 5. And of course, look at the second lunation. Some of you may be in your mid-50s. The second lunation occurs every, the first lunation is age 27. The second lunation occurs at 54. It's every 27 years. So this in itself creates a subgrouping. So it's 2.5, because the second lunation speaks about people in their mid-50s. It's in the reverse. Oh, okay, Spirit is telling me it's not to address this yet. Okay, so this continues with this one population. I got one more card to throw out. Provocative in the reverse. This grouping goes about their business, don't bother nobody, and they don't want nobody to be in their business. Good for you. Now let's go and talk about the same grouping, love and relationships, but in their mid-50s, because the second lunation came out. So they wanted me to address that. So this is a third grouping. You guys are in your mid-50s, 54. 2 more years, or 2.5 more years, you'll be 57, 56, and that's your second Saturn return. Okay, so this reading will be different for those of you who are in your 50s than those of you who are in your 30s. Okay, this is the we're still dealing with love and relationships. This is in your mid-50s before approaching your second lunation. Okay, so this is for a more older population. We're dealing with the same header, love and relationships. Okay, the Ace of Discs in the reverse. The Ace of Discs in the reverse could be that there is a lack of creative ideas to make money. There is a lack of continuity, a reversal of money and fortune. The Ace of Pentacles in the reverse can also mean issues with your health. Again, you know, the second Saturn return, many people cross over. There are issues with health. You might have a brush with near death. You know, because, you know, half a century has gone by and we have to prepare, you know, for departure. God knows when we're going to die, but that begins to loom in the subconscious. Okay? So there may be fears, no money, how are you going to deal with the old age, you know, issues of survival. The polarity here is Scorpio, because it's the opposite of Taurus, which is indicative, along with Capricorn and Virgo, when we're talking about the Ace of Discs. Okay. You have no illusions about love. Not at this age. You don't have no illusions, so you're good with that. Okay. In 3 months. In 3 months, what's going to happen in 3 months? Let's go a little deeper. What's going to happen in 3 months? Deeper, deeper, deeper. I know what that came out. You know, you might be nostalgic, you know, For those of you in your mid-50s, you grew up in the 80s like me. I'm 54. So I'm hearing music from the 80s, from the 90s, It might be a time of reminiscing, of nostalgia. This is very indicative of the second quarter of the full moon. You need to hear that song by Brandy, her album Full Moon. Wonderful. I love that song. The first one, which became a hit, Full Moon by Brandy. Okay. Well, that whole album was good. Okay. Seven of Pentacles. You have succeeded in creating a nest for yourself. You've worked hard. This is the number 7. Again, the cycle of Saturn. Okay. Very good. Death. Didn't I tell you? Death. But a Scorpio. But it came out in the reverse. So some of you are afraid to move to the next level, to transform yourselves to the next level. But that's not unusual. Even I, look what's been happening to me and coming through the brushes of death. So this is the phase in which these things begin to happen, begin to creep into your consciousness. Okay, you have to pay gratitude, be grateful for what you have, for what you've been through, and that in itself is a treasure. Okay, look at that, the 8 of Pentacles. Okay, so this is also, and it's funny how it came out reverse. Here it's coming up upright. So it means that you have a choice. Transcend your fear, start something new, move into a new phase in life, because it's going to bring you benefit. Don't stay stagnant. Be handsome, be beautiful, woman or man, and, get your second groove on. And that's the fourth for the fourth quarter. This is pretty good. Very, very good. Very, very good. Do we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Another aspect of the collective. Another aspect of the collective. Dealing again with love and relationships. Blank. Came out blank. Now I'm going to start love and relationships. For those of you who are single, I hope this resonates. Call for a birth chart. Call for a reading. If you want to donate, remember, donate the People's Astro. That is to PayPal. We're no longer dealing with Bank of America. So go to PayPal and you put the People's Astro. The People's, an S, right? The People's Astro. If there is a problem, let me know, and I will email you the exact link for you to make your donation payments, or please request that from Ms. Farmer. Guys, thank you so much. I hope this resonates.